Hi everyone, today I've got a new update for you, one you haven't seen before. This is my US portfolio. Now I'm sharing this portfolio now because I've made the first trade in it, investment rather, around about a year ago. So it's now established, and it's time to share that with you for full transparency. And hopefully I can share some of the lessons that I've learned and it might give you some ideas. But as always, I'm not a financial advisor, so make your own investment decisions. Let's get straight into it. And I'm going to go through this in kind of order. So the biggest position is going to come up first. I'll show you how well each position is going. And this is as of a couple of days ago. So if you are a regular follower, it'd be no surprise to hear that Bank OZK is the largest position of the American companies. I'm up 65% on that. Very pleased. Wish I bought more of it. But a lot of the money that I've put into this portfolio has come around in the last 6 months when this stock has actually been at a much higher level. So I haven't been able to put as much as I want into it, but it's a great start. Biggest position up 65% in less than a year. It's closely followed by Unum Group, and I've done 3 videos on Bank OZK, and I've also had Unum Group in the three stocks to buy at one point. So we're looking at almost 40% there. I think that's got a bit of a way to go. And it's a green pie segment because it's a sort of a financial company. So yeah, pleased with that. Less than a year. So blue is fund index tracker. So it's the SP 500. It's up 13% since I started that last year. I am paying monthly into this, and it's something I want to keep paying monthly into over a long period of time. So expect that blue section to increase in size over time. Now, this is an interesting one. Dropbox. So 21%. It's just starting to move. And in fact, since I did the figures, it's up, I think it's up 25%. Just starting to move, getting towards $30 a stock. And I think it's got potential to double. Now, Corsair Gaming is my next biggest position. That's just down marginally. And it's an underappreciated stock by Wall Street. Probably a bigger position than I originally envisaged. Yeah, I've not had it very long at all, so I'm not surprised it hasn't done anything. These things do take time. Now I'm on to BP Midstream Partners. So I think they do oil pipelines, up a quarter on that, and they pay a rather juicy, approximately 10% dividend. That's one of the good reasons for owning this one. And you'll notice the segment colour here is black, just to stand out there. And I've kind of just for a bit of fun as we go through, anything that some people might consider slightly immoral, maybe a bit environmentally unfriendly, maybe a bit boring, I've coloured those the same. It made me think of the Peter Lynch One Up on Wall Street book, fantastic book, where he said these are the best things to buy because they're a bit underappreciated and there's good returns to be had. Walgreens, I think that's undervalued, bit of a turnaround, new leadership there. I think they have the potential to get to maybe $100 a share over time. US Bancorp, one of my first purchases in the portfolio last year, that's up around about a quarter. I just need to think about whether that's got the likelihood of doubling. Not sure whether it will top out fairly soon, so I just need to do a bit more research there. And Anthem, another financial company, more recent purchase, but up 14% already. So good start in less than a year. And then Turtle Beach. So this one's up and down all over the place since I got it at the end of last year. I think my average cost is about $21 on this. I reckon it can get to up to 40 perhaps, and that's probably my sell point. So up 62% in 6 to 7 months. Really happy with that performance. And the same with Amex. Now up over 50%. Another financial company. I'm a little bit annoyed with myself here because when I bought this one, this is a company that I've been using personally since 2009, I believe. Really like the company. Really like how they go about doing things. Should have had a bigger position. So just about happy with myself that my position there isn't bigger. And that's what's great about doing this analysis is at the portfolio level, I can see I wish that was a bigger position, even notwithstanding the gain, because it's a company I really like. And then Bank of America, yeah, up a third. It's been good. And then Berkshire Hathaway, so that's a buy and hold forever. Similar story to American Express. When it was cheaper, I should have bought more, but this portfolio didn't have that much money in it at the time. Then TTCS had a bit of a kind of a improvement recently, up 10% on that. Tattooed Chef, I think that could easily double or triple over the next 3 to 5 years. So long-term hold there. And then Sandwich's growth property, so up 20% on that, but actually it should be a lot more. Because I did buy my first tranche at $10, but it's a very small tranche, and I ended up averaging in, I think it must have been around 15 or 16 perhaps, to get a much bigger stake. And it's up 20%, but so that should be much higher really. That's asset play. Yeah, that could be anything from a times 5 to a times 10 potentially from my original stake. So it might even get $100 a share. But let's see what happens. Now, GAN is a very, very new position, as you would have seen in my last overall portfolio update. It's gambling kind of infrastructure, and that's up 2%. So new and negligible change as expected so far. Then coal company, Ramaco Resources, looked very undervalued. I had a thesis the coal price would go up. It's absolutely firing up now. I think it's highest it's been since October 2011, coal futures. Well over $100 now per unit. So that's been good for this stock. So I'm just trying to think about what my exit strategy is for this one. And then the Sophie merger, that's had a bit of a ride. I'm sure that was down about a third at one point, maybe even more. Now up 8%. So happy with that. And I think that's a good long-term hold. And then Cumulus Media, a very much turnaround play here, getting towards 10%, bought in Q4 last year. So that's respectable in that time period. Now, Contura Energy, this is the biggest gainer, which is why there's a green star there, 154% up. Actually, as of today, 2 days later, it's now 170% up, so it's amazing. So it's the usual one of, it's a bit more speculative. But again, that coal price has gone up considerably, which has pushed this one along. And then the first red one, so you look at this as the second red one. There's a lot of green, but not much red, and the reds are quite small, so 5%. This Pederco Education, I can't pronounce it, but I butchered the name there, apologies. This one, I believe, is undervalued by 50%. We're looking to reduce the number of positions by a few, which I am. That might be one that gets the chop. Gun company, gun manufacturer, 10%, pays out a nice dividend. And then we're on to Intel, which is one of the worst performers at 19 under. And yeah, that drops a little bit more down towards that 50 mark. $50 share, I will definitely top up this position. I love the company. Made Holdings, another turnaround play in the kind of insurance space at 17% up. And then InMode, so this is a cracking one. I couldn't get enough on it at the time, unfortunately. It shows the importance of having cash available to strike, because this is up almost 50% in a short space of time. And I think there's still further for it to go. Then on to Diamondback Energy, 83%. So I took some profit on that one earlier in the year. And it's the remaining shares are still performing at that similar level. I think this could be a $100 stock fairly soon. Visa hasn't really done anything. Neither has Planet 13. To Voyager Digital, which is down a few percentage points. That's 7. Which is a brokerage or crypto platform. And then last and least, AltaSource Portfolio Solutions. This is the one that's really underperformed, down over 50%. They're into the foreclosure business. There's been a pause at federal level, I believe, on foreclosures in the US. So this has really ruined their business model at the moment. Now they are diversifying into other areas to get income from different things, but when the foreclosures start again, if they do, then I'm expecting this one to really crank it up. So overall, for the stocks in here, that's about a 25% return in an average holding time of less than a year. So I'm really happy with that. That's not going to happen every year, because we've had a year where things have been going up, but I think this is a good performance for a new portfolio. Probably a few too many positions. I mean, some of them, like, for example, Berkshire Hathaway, American Express, even BP Midstream Partners, I don't really need to follow them. I know what they're going to do. There's nothing too exciting going on. Whereas some of the kind of more growth stocks, like Tattooed Chef, they require following a lot more closely, so it's a bit more time intensive. And you'll compare this to the UK portfolio. The UK portfolio had a few more of these kind of Insurance companies, that's the thing that I wouldn't need to follow too closely, whereas this one has more companies that I need to keep an eye on. This doesn't include any positions that I have held and closed out during the last year. So overall, 25% for these ones. There's a few more percentage points for stuff that's closed out. I think that's a very solid first year in the American market. If you'd like to buy any of these stocks, I've got some links below for you to have a look at. And that is, first of all, for UK users, there's free trade if you want a free share. And international users, Interactive Brokers, that offers a very wide range of stocks. So I hold quite a few of these on Interactive Brokers, in fact. Then finally, there is my eToro portfolio, which I've started quite recently as a very much a long-term investment platform. I'm hoping to get some copies, so take a look at that if you'd like to below. First 3 months on there, they've all been positive free returns so far, so that's a solid start. Shout out to my VIP supporter on Patreon. I very much appreciate it. And thanks all of you who've made it to the end. Great to have you with me, and I'll catch you on the next one.